Hey guys, Rambling Man here. It's a beautiful day in the Commonwealth. I'm working my way back home. I had an appointment this morning and went and got my haircut done. And I'm just going to cruise my way back home. I had told my kids that if the election went a certain way, I was going to go up onto our street with an American flag and wave it, and I'm going to follow through on that promise. This internal visor, I'm debating whether it's fogging up or whether it has fingerprint smudges or both. You guys have any tips on that? I've been trying to ride with the visor open, which of course for my recordings creates a more wind. I cleaned it off after I got the haircut, and sometimes cleaning this internal visor, it feels so delicate, like you're gonna break it, and it's hard to get fingerprints and smudges completely off, and sometimes I feel like I made it worse. I think I'm going to take the long way home today and use some back roads rather than take highways. Hey, one other topic, I mentioned I have these new tires on, and the fellow that works on my bike for me sometimes, who handled these tires for me, he's like, man, he goes, you know, both of your tires were, you know, close to being ready. The rear was really ready, but he said those are some stiff tires on that bike, and those are the stock tires. And of course I don't have a lot to compare things to because I haven't been on a ton of bikes, just my Indians. And the other day when I was riding the Super Chief, I made a video where I said it felt like I was floating on air with those tires. And it's the same tires I've put on this bike, and I have to say, man, this tire does not feel stiff. I see what he meant. To me, it was my normal on this bike, but this tire feels so much better, especially in curves. And one thing is I'm not very aggressive in curves. I need to keep working on that, on the lean angle. Picking a line, you know, partly out in the country, especially if anything in the one position coming at you, traffic just comes around a curve right over the line. So I'm always hesitant, and it carries over into my other riding, even when I'm not necessarily exposed to that. But I have not done well with leaning the bike. But even to the degree that I've been making this ride today for the first day with these new tires, trying to break them in, and they just feel a lot better than the stock tires. Well, guys, I'm going to share part of this ride. This is Route 711 that I'm going to ride on, which is a Virginia byway. I could try to outpace some of these cars and get in front of them, but then the flip side is they'd be riding me, maybe. Hopefully they won't be going the whole way. It's one good, even though it ruins the view a little bit, it's one good way to make sure I don't get too crazy with my speed, even unintentionally. Route 711 is a pretty little road to ride. I'm going to take this to where it meets Route 522. So if you're looking, this parallels Route 60. So if you're ever looking for a nice Virginia byway to ride, this is just a pretty road. This is a church right here that I did a video on right here, where some of the family members of Robert E. Lee were buried there. Dude was really putting an arm out, making sure I saw, like he wanted to high five. Alright guys, that was Route 711, ending here at 522. I'll see you on the road.